Go.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome.
Hi.
So what was your name?
Millie.
Millie. Okay, excellent, Millie. How did you go getting here this morning? Wasn't too much of a hassle?
Yeah, I just got my green peas, so
good.
it was actually really good because I'm struggling to pay off my car, but I could.
Yeah. But it's lucky that you've got your own car though.
Yeah.
You find that handy?
Very handy.
Good. And did you find parking out the front? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Okay, so tell me, Millie, about what brings you into this room today.
Well, I finished school at year 10 and I was because I just couldn't cope with all the stress and the study and friends were an issue there. So I just wanted to get out of school, and my mum was like, well, if you leave you have to go do a TAFE course. So it was kind of like a quick decision of what I wanted to do at TAFE, so I kind of just picked one. Started doing early childhood, and I got through my second year of it. I got a certificate 1, but I just don't enjoy it at all, and you know, don't really want to use it, so I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I want to do.
And when you said you don't enjoy it at all, did you find that from day one, or was that only after completing the course, or how did that eventuate of your feelings towards it?
Well, I think it was because I rushed into it.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to make a quick decision. I was never really wanted to do it, so I think it was from the beginning. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's great that you got through a whole year of something that you didn't particularly feel passionate about. Like, that in itself is a really good achievement.
Yeah.
So I think you should feel, you know, happy about that. That's a really good
Yeah,
thing.
I can't believe I finished it actually.
Yeah, well done. No, definitely. Was there any elements of the course that you enjoyed more than others?
What did it involve? Obviously, I didn't enjoy doing the work, but I guess that's pretty normal. But I enjoyed like interacting with the kids, and that was really fun. So and we did lots of practical stuff, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, that was good.
And how long has it been since you completed that course?
6 months.
6 months. Okay,
Yeah.
so you've had a bit of time to think a little bit about.
Yeah. So I've just been working and.
Yeah, and where have you been working?
Just at a dental surgery, just doing nursing and reception stuff. So.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, and tell me about where you're living at the moment.
I'm still living at home because I just cannot afford to move out. But which is good because I've got family support there, which is really good, and you know, all the things that I need, like cook dinner and wash clothes and stuff.
Yeah, so Mum does that for you?
Yeah. So, and because I started working full time, I have to pay board and stuff, so that's extra load on the finances. But
and how do you feel about that?
Well, I guess living there is a bit of a financial burden on my parents, so, and I'm working full time, so I do understand that I have to pay for that.
Well, that's a pretty mature attitude to have, I think. And any brothers and sisters at all?
Yeah, I have an older brother who is 22 and a younger sister that's 15.
Okay, great. So Millie, in the 6 months that you've had since you finished your course, have you had any time to yourself to have a think about some things that you're interested in, some things that you just like to do to fill up your spare time? Yeah,
my mum actually got me this career book that goes through different careers and like the degrees you have to do to get to them, and I was looking at policing because I've always been kind of sporty and enjoyed doing active kind of things, and I thought, oh, that might be a good option, but I don't know, I think the locking people away part just kind of made me a bit upset, and I'd rather be the person helping them get out of that situation. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So out of the whole career booklet, that was something that you were most drawn to? Yeah. Okay. So kind of social work stuff or counselling or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Have you ever had any experience of engaging with people in that way, helping people in need, any of your friends or anything like that? Well, after school, but I did. I got asked to go back and lead on a camp.
Yeah.
And that was like a city camp, and
Mm-hmm.
it went around to different organisations in the city that helped looked after, homeless people and people with other issues. And I thought that was like a turning point, and that was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And from then,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's what I want to do.
Okay, cool. So from what you've mentioned to me, it sounds like there's a couple of options that are open to you in terms of your future and in terms of your career. Now, if you were thinking, would you like to continue and do more study? Is that an option for you? Is that something that interests you?
Although I probably struggle to do it, I think it's something I have to do.
Yeah.
And I think if I'm in the right course, then I will enjoy it. And
yeah.
If I know that what I want to be involves getting through that study, then
of course.
Yeah,
and I think,
I'm happy to
and
do
I think
it.
you've demonstrated already that you have the ability to work hard and get through difficult times for an end goal, which I think is a really positive thing. Do you think it would be helpful to speak to people who are involved in those industries at all, in either policing or social work or counselling or psychology or anything like that?
Yeah, that would be really helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of tertiary study, I know that in a few months' time is when there's you can actually apply to do some courses. So it would be great if before then, maybe perhaps we could look into some of the specificities of those courses, what they're going to entail. You can get in touch with some people in those areas and sort of have a bit more of a narrow focus on where you think you might want to go next and actually apply for some courses. Does that sound like an option that you
and I think I should
interested in?
Do that really soon, so then I can get through the as quickly as possible.
Yeah, of course. Well, I have a sheet which I don't know where I put it. What about goal 7-1? Oh, here we go. Okay, what I want to do today, Millie, because I suppose coming from where you've come from and being at a point of uncertainty about where to go next and what to do next can be a pretty big picture and can be a little bit overwhelming to attack. And it's what I really want to do is help to look at some different ways that we can break that down and set some really achievable goals and ones that we can keep track of and keep accountable to help you move into the next season of life and help you get set up for another career that you're going to really genuinely enjoy and be really passionate about doing. So let's have a look at just your specifically education at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got, when you finished year 12, what qualification did you get? Say whatever you want.
I dropped out at year 10.
Year 10,
so
okay.
I didn't get my high school certificate.
Okay, yeah, so you've got a school certificate?
Yeah, I got my school
Mm-hmm.
certificate. And I got the certificate one in early childhood.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got at the moment. So I didn't know if going to uni I needed to get, I have to have a UAI or anything like that, so I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, okay, so because you've got your certificate in early childhood and your school certificate combined, those are going to really work in your favour, but there are a couple of other steps that you'll need to undertake in order to get into university if that's what you decide that you want to do. There's a particular test that you can do that I think is really reachable for you. So how about if in the following week, before we meet again, I'll look into all the dates for that and look into exactly what that's going to entail, and we can put together, I guess a plan of how to attack that test, maybe if you want to have a study plan, maybe if you want to have a tutor or anything like that, so that can be a goal to work towards.
Yeah. Do you know if it's hard?
I think it's pretty general sort of knowledge.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that's not going to be challenging because it probably will be, but I think you're certainly capable of it, and I think it's just a matter of how we're going to approach that and how we're going to take steps towards that. But as you mentioned earlier, you can see that study is one of those necessary hurdles that you're going to have to go through, and I think this will just be one of those things as well. Yeah. Okay, so in the following week, I'm going to look into all of that for you. I'm going to come to you with some more concrete dates and everything next week. What I want you to do for me, though, in the following week is go home and I'll give you the websites of some of the courses that you mentioned to me today, and have a bit of a read through what they entail and what you're going to learn and what the outcomes are, and sort of see what you relate to the most, what you enjoy the most. Does that sound doable?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Now, if you were to start university next year, would you still be in the same home position? You'd still be living at home?
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah.
I don't think I can afford to move out, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And in terms of
It's 10 minutes.
no, really? Okay. Can we cut parts of it? Do you reckon? Is that easy? Okay. Good. Okay. Should I have it? I just don't know what to talk about.
Just keep going.
Okay.
Feels like a real life.
in terms of your income, do you have any and in terms of commencing uni next year, will you be able to maintain the same level of work that you're at now?
No, because I'm working full time.
Full time, that's right.
So
yeah.
I don't really want to do uni part time because for me, I don't think I'll be able to finish it.
Yeah.
I think I'll just.
So what do you think are some ways?
Struggle.
Yeah. So what do you think are some ways that you can that might be more reachable to be able to study full time in terms of still living at home and paying board?
Well, hopefully, I won't have to pay board.
Okay.
So I'm working part time. So hopefully, my job will be able to take me on part time. But I guess that's something I really have to discuss with them.
Yeah.
And figure out.
Yeah.
A bit closer to that.
Yeah.
Like when I'm certain that I'm going to uni.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So that might be a conversation that we might have after you sit the test and after you've applied for some courses a bit later on in the year. Yeah, that's fair enough. What was I going to say? Something about money.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Because I've already done a TAFE course.
Yeah.
Does that mean that I have to pay the fees like earlier, or I can still do HECS, or?
I will have a look into that for you next week and give you more information on next week because I'm not 100% sure with that. Okay. I'll have to find out for you next week about that.
Okay.
Another thing that might be an option is applying for any benefits through Centrelink for studying.
Oh, okay.
What you'll need for that though is notes from your employer, notes saying that you're living at home, birth certificate, all of those official documents.
Okay.
So in order to be able to apply for those sorts of things to set you up for next year, do you think you could go away this week and prepare those documents for me?
Yeah, I'll try to. I've looked into it before and I found it really overwhelming.
Yeah.
The website, so I might actually have to. I might go into the offices to talk to someone about it.
I'm more than happy to sit down and do that with you and go through that with you. So if you can do everything on your end to get all the information together, that might be something we can have a look at in a couple of weeks' time. Okay. Are there any other concerns or any other issues or thoughts that you're having about anything that we've talked about today?
No, this is kind of giving me a lot of clarity
Yeah.
and help me figure out what I need to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Now, can you see that we're not solving everything today? We're not going to, address every area of your life today. We're just going to look at some big picture goals and just take small steps towards them to achieve them. So, can you see how preparing yourself for your financial situation next year and preparing yourself for looking into what courses you might want to do just for next week, just a bit of ground research is a step towards those goals.
Yeah.
Yeah? Fantastic. Good. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to finish this.
Thank you. And what time are we meeting next week?
Same time next week. Same place. I don't know. Hey, I guess so.